Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, Beards, Heads, and Threads, BHT Grooming. Chad here. I'm actually wanting to just do a quick video. This is not like a professional, edited, fantastic video. In fact, the quality, I'm sure it's going to be a good quality video in itself because it's shot off of a good cinematic iPhone 15 Pro. But it's not going to be like one in my studio, so just kind of get that ready in your mind. But I do want to share this. A lot of people wonder, well, what is your top head shaver? I've done so many of them, and I've heard people say stuff like, we know what your favorites are. Well, it's always the same. This, that. Well, a lot of times if it's the same ones, it's probably because it is actually a legitimate good head shaver. Okay, so there are some that come to the top of my head that I use all the time, but let me tell you some that I don't use. I think that it would be easier for me to tell you the top 3 or 4 or 5 that I use. There's only like 3 that I really use on a consistent rotation. But there's room for about 5 of them because I do alternate every now and then a couple of other ones, and I'll get to that here in just a minute. But obviously the top 2, they're going to be almost identical. The only difference is going to be the customer service and the cartridge on it, the head blade, and it's going to be the Brio Raise 2.0. And then it's going to be the Grooming Baldie Pro. Now, if you look at both of those side by side, you'll see that the heads on them are practically identical. I mean, there's a coating on the Brio Raise, but they almost look the same size. They look the same, they look identical. There's like, what is it, five rotary foils on those blades. But the one thing that sets the Grooming Baldie Pro apart from the Brio Raise 2.0 is the fact that it's actually got a magnetic head, and I've always liked that. I know I've talked to Brio about maybe what we can do to give some advice to kind of make their heads better, and I think they're kind of innovating something special when it comes to the head. They got something down the line when it comes to, or in the works, when it comes to like a patent. I'm not going to really go into detail on that because I don't know the whole final story on that. I think I heard something months and months ago when the Brio Raise 2.0 first came out, or right before it came out rather. But I like the Grooming Baldie Pro. It's a good solid head shaver. Now there's people that will say, well, it says that it's like a frequently returned head shaver on Amazon. I did kind of reach out to Grooming, and I asked him about that, and I was also asking Brio about their head shaver, the Brio Raise 2.0, because there's a lot of people that have complained about the new Brio Raise 2, about as far as like the battery, it's weird. There was an issue that was going on for a while where I seen a video where somebody's battery was like literally dropping every second, each percentage, which was concerning. I seen mine, and I was like, I never had that problem, and then mine did it. So I reached out to Brio, and they said it was kind of weird. They said something like, well, that's the way some of them are doing, but this is the fix. If you do this, and just let it run out the battery, it'll fix itself. I haven't had any issues since then with mine, so apparently it did fix the issue. But those 2 head shavers are ones that my wife, my daughters use. In fact, what they do is they always use the Grooming Baldie Pro. They have not got the Brio Raise 2.0. They had the first Brio Raise. They loved it until everybody, including myself, started having issues with that power button falling off. I had issues with the power button. I've seen people have issues with them, never understood it, and then all of a sudden my power button fell off. But you got to realize that, the whole industry when it comes to electric rotary head shavers, it's still kind of evolving. They'll come up with a new product, great technology, and then it'll supersede itself, and you always have to evolve and come up with the next best technology. And so the Brio Rays first generation was a good one, but it had its flaws, and so they came out with a new one that comes with a travel case, and it comes with a cleaning dock, so it's all included. So if you put that next to like the Skull Shaver, don't get me wrong, it's a great head shaver, but it's going to cost you some money. You're gonna pour in about $100 if you use a discount. I think Mount Jarbro, my old channel name, MOUNJARBRO, Mount Jarbro. If you use that code, you get 10% off. Just so if you're a Skull Shaver fan and you want to save money, it'll save you about $10, which is pretty good savings. But you got to buy an extra case on top of that. You got to buy a rinse stand. So they don't include all that. At least the Brio Rays 2.0 includes all that, and the price, I don't know how much it is, $70, 75, somewhere around there. And if you use my code, I think it's MJB10 or MJB15. I'll have to link it later. But it'll save you some money, to save you some tax on it, or shipping maybe or something. I'm not sure, but it'll save you some money. But the Grooming Baldie Pro, I do not have a code, by the way. I do have a link I can link below, but I like the Grooming Baldie Pro. Always have and always will. As far as, as long as it keeps working for me. Every 3 months I change out my cartridge. As you can see, I try to keep the shaved head real clean. So what I've been doing is rotating from the Baldie Pro, the Brio Race 2.0, and there's another one that I've been using too. It's called the Hummingbird. It's a new company. Came out like the end of summer, beginning of fall last year. It's a company from New Jersey, rather new company, but they've been coming out with some amazing stuff. They've got tons of like trimmers, body trimmers, beard trimmers, detailers, but they've come out with a rotary head shaver. MK3 was the first one they came out with that has 5 foil blades on it. Then they came out with the MK13, which is the one I use all the time. I do sometimes switch off to the MK3, but I usually use the MK13 because I like the way the blades work a little bit different than the MK3. They actually invert opposite from the MK3, and there's that extra blade on. So they got 7 blades instead of the 5. But anyways, great customer service. You can buy them on Amazon too. So, I'll drop my Amazon storefront. If you don't want to use my Amazon storefront, you don't have to do that either. Just so you know, I'm not trying to sell you something. You can go to Amazon, look it up, and it's a pretty good head shaver. They always come with nice leather travel cases too, which is nice. USB-C charging capabilities, so it's universal. I would also say that obviously Skull Shaver is good, but I don't really use my Skull Shaver as much as I used to. I've done a lot of reviews on Skull Shaver. I have every one of them except for the Diamond, because I'm not going to pay, like, I don't know how much the last time I looked, $300-400 for a head shaver is ridiculous. So all of you guys out there that are like Braun Series 9 Pro foil shaver guys that are like into that, it may be the top of the line. I don't know. I'm going to be honest, I've never tried it because I'm not going to pay $300-400 for a head shaver. Okay, I'm looking for something that's going to save me money. It's going to save me time, and find the most efficient tool that's going to get the job done. But either way, at the end of the day, those are the ones that I use. But here's what I've been doing the last 2-3 months. I've been using and supplementing an actual traditional razor with my head shaver. Now I know it sounds crazy, but I don't always do that. Usually I'll touch up my head a couple of days a week with my head shaver, but then one time a week what I'll do is I'll hit my head with the head shaver, and then I'll turn around and use a traditional razor. And what I've been using lately is that moto razor, let me say, from Headblade. It's a little cool one you put around your finger, and I did a review, and I'll link it at the end here or tag it up here somewhere. But it's like $12 or something like that on Amazon, real cheap. But I like to just hit my head after that with that. I'll use some Clear Shave, maybe some Tomb 45, which is, I'll link that. I actually have that in my Amazon storefront. I like the smell of that. It's got the aloe in it. It smells great. But anyways, long story short, you're never going to have a baby butt razor shave on your head with a regular electric shaver. All right, it's just not going to happen. But it's going to save you time, just trying to knock it down where it looks like acceptable and looks presentable, looks good. People won't really be able to tell. that it's not a baby butt smooth head, but for me, I like to have that baby butt smooth, so I'll hit it a couple times a week, and then that one time I'll throw in the razor. So wanted to share that with you guys. My top still reigns about the same. Have not tried the Bald. Somebody asked me the other day, have you ever tried the, I think it's Balder, Bawlder. I think that might be it. I'm not sure. I've not tried it. That's like one of the only ones that I can think of right now. Freebird, I've tried that. Not my favorite. Max Groom 7D was a contender, but I had a buddy that started having a lot of issues with his. The battery life isn't the best. Again, they're kind of going through an evolution where they're coming out with a new one. I think they just released a new one. I have not tried that one yet. So if you've tried any of these, let me know in the description, what have you tried that works best for you? Because everybody's different. I'll say that these are the top ones that I love, but you may hate these, and that's fine, because you may have some that you love that I don't. So it's all about, you know, your own preference. So let's get active in the comments below and let each other know which head shavers do you use, and what is your procedure. Like, what's your routine? Do you use a traditional razor with your electric head shaver, and how often do you shave your head each week? So with that being said, guys, if you found this video helpful, if you found it funny or cool or entertaining or very beneficial, I don't care what you found in it. If you found it to be positive for you, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to this channel for more just topics and more head shaving advice and vlogs. I think I said vlogs or whatever, when it comes to like tutorials and my routines of how I shave my head and new evolution things that I come up with and figure out that works for me, that might work for you. So with that being said, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Chad here, BHT Grooming. Always remember, look sharp and lead strong. I'll see you next time.